Doing it yourself is not fashionable, not even cool these days, especially where I live in the suburbs. But I'm gonna tell you, if you wanna save money, doing it yourself is the only way. In today's video, it is going to be packed full. I had to go to the grocery store. I'm not doing a grocery haul. I am food prepping. I am making homemade ghee, which I will share with you in just a minute exactly how much savings mine versus store-bought is. And we're gonna get out and talk about perseverance.
Welcome to Pinebrook Homestead. My name is Marie, a happy wife with 4 boys, 2 grandchildren, and 1 on the way. I've been a full-time mother and homemaker for 35 years, with the last 14 developing our suburban homestead. Throughout these years, I've gained wisdom I can't wait to share. Join me as I tackle midlife, gardening to feed our family, cooking from scratch, frugal living, all sprinkled with some inspiration for you.
So back in December, I believe it was December, I actually did a video about things that I gave up at 50, and I showed you how I do my ghee. I just want to put this into perspective. Now, I did start a Thrive Market membership. So I actually got this jar of ghee free. But I went to the grocery store today and I looked to see how much this jar of ghee was. In my local Kroger, it was $12.49. So this is what I do. I buy good old Amish butter for $7.99. And I make it myself. That's huge. And this is 9 ounces. My ghee will fill up a whole jar. So these are the kinds of things that when you do them yourself, and I know we're tired, I get it. But right now, saving money is on my mind. And I actually love doing little projects like this because I know, and let me tell you, this ghee tastes 10 times better than this ghee, but I took it as a free gift. So I am gonna get started, put my ghee in. I've got vegetables getting washed. I'm food prepping for the week. And then at the end of my day, I'm going to make a good soup. So our weather, we were in our 70s, 80s this midweek. It just dropped to 53 and rain. And I'm like, eh. But when it rains, it's the best time to pull weeds. So that's where I have to pull some weeds, and I want to talk to you about perseverance. We'll take our tea outside.
Your eyes all night under the covers. Your place, my place, it doesn't matter. No one has to know. We'll keep it on the low. Round and round we go. Falling for you. Feeling your skin, the night's getting colder. Falling, holding, it's getting better. No one has to know. We'll keep it on the low. Round and round we go. Falling for you.
All right, so I've got all the vegetables done. And some of you may be watching this and wonder, why am I washing everything or letting it soak in baking soda and cold water? Well, a couple of reasons. It has been shown that baking soda can remove some pesticides, contaminants, dirt, and then bacteria. So what I have found, and I've said this in numerous videos before, is that when I wash the vegetables or the fruit, let them dry, and then store them in my silicone bags. And you can use Ziploc if that's what you have. It's not a big deal. But when I store them this way, I can get 2 weeks or longer out of these vegetables. They're not molding, they're not going bad. And I'm telling you, washing all that bacteria off and all the pesticides and everything like that, it will make a huge difference in saving you money if you do not eat everything that you purchase right away. So I've got more going on in there, and really it takes me, with this much, it takes me about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But it is so worth it for me to not have this food go bad. And frankly, I don't like going to the grocery store, and I had to go. Yeah, there's no place like home. There is no place like home. Just saying, my introverted self, there's no place like home. But try it for yourself. Now, with the berries, I'm going to be storing them in mason jars with lids, and I chop them up and have them ready to go. Couple things. It makes my lunch prep so much easier. Absolutely makes my lunch prep so much easier for my teenagers, my husband, myself. So that's what I do. And on the weeks when I don't do it, the mornings are more hectic, the evenings are more hectic, and I just prefer it this way. So anyways, I'm persevering on, and our ghee is done in 7 minutes. All right, so the ghee is done, and I am going to pour it now. When I've poured the ghee, I've done it so many different ways. I've done it just by pouring it by hand and trying not to get any of the milk solids in. I have put cheesecloth over it, and today I am trying the coffee filter. So what I am doing right now is I am just skimming the top for those milk solids and putting them into this coffee filter. And then the ghee, which is clarified butter, so you're removing all of the milk out of it, which makes it shelf stable and very healthy for you. Very healthy for you. It's one of the best oils or butters. But I am just going to skim this. Then we're going to try pouring one with the coffee filter. And I have a teenager playing video games, if you can hear that. Oh my goodness. It is never a dull moment in this house unless they're at school. So summer's going to be interesting. We might have to film in various other locations. Yeah. And I did something today. With the garden coming in and everything coming in, I did wonderful trimming, mulligan, grooming him. I don't know if anybody saw my DIY, but I did wonderful through the winter doing that. But there is so much work to be done around the homestead that I took him to the groomer today, and I have to go pick him up in a half an hour. He hates it. He hates the groomer. Now, let me show you. So here's, ooh, as I made a mess. See, I make messes. I am real. All right, I'm gonna put that coffee filter in there. Look how clean. I hope you can see that. I will take another picture, or I will actually just pour it in. Look how clean that is using the coffee filter. So I'm gonna continue on with this. We're gonna fill this jar, and I've got another one behind it. And we are just going to put the coffee filter in here. They're unbleached. And we're gonna pour in the ghee. So let me wipe up my mess. Is anybody else messy? Messy cook? Leave it in the comments. Hit the like button if you are messy. Okay, let me put this on here so you can see. Keeping our fingers crossed this coffee filter works. All right. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're just gonna go slow. This is the purest way of doing this. Yep. It does get a little heavy. I wish there was a way that I could, as my granddaughter says, I have a dia. That's what she says. I have a dia. There we go. Now it's not gonna fall down in. I thought that's a pretty good dia. I love her. That is perfect. Look at that gold. It's beautiful. And it does taste so good on eggs, popcorn. That's what it is very good on. We're just gonna let that drain and I'll finish up the ghee. And I'll take you with me to go get mulligan. So now I'm letting these slow drip, and yet this method takes time, but none of the milk solids are getting through. So it is pure, and that's what you want, because if the milk solid gets in there, then it's not viable for long-term storage. That milk solid will mold. So we're just gonna let that go low and slow. But here's how you can see, and I still have some of the oil on top of the milk solids. When it gets to be this point, it's too hard for me to pour. So what I'll do is I will just pour the whole thing into a little container, and I will stick this container into my fridge. Now what will happen is right now the oil is on the top. And what will happen is when I put this into the fridge, the milk solid will come up and it will form it'll solidify on top of the oil, and then the oil underneath does not solidify. So you'll just bust that open. I heat it up, and that's what I put on my popcorn, and it is amazing. So I'm just gonna put that to the side. We have to let these go there slow, low and slow. Boy, my kitchen is just a mess today. I don't care. I'm getting things done, doing it myself. I'm telling you, what else? I mean, even if you make your own bread, and I know not everybody has time for it, I get it. But compared to what it costs in the grocery store for a good loaf of bread, to make it is pennies. I do have my sourdough out, and I wanted to get something going for today, for tomorrow, but it might be too late yet, and I might just have to do a discard recipe or something like that. But we'll figure it out. Everything always works in good time. All right, it's still a little too warm. I'm gonna pour this again. Perfect. Look at that, that's beautiful. I had my spoon. Okay, so I just Googled benefits because I knew them, but I forget them sometimes. So much going on in my head. So, benefits to adding ghee to your diet is improved digestion, sustained energy, and enhanced immunity. It's also rich in essential vitamins, beneficial fats, and may aid in weight management, heart health, and even mental clarity. I'll take it. I will take it. So I washed my kale. I cannot wait till mine comes in and grows out of the garden. But anyways, I washed my kale. And if your kale gets limp, a surefire way to bring it back is to soak it in some cold water and just let it soak in there, and it revives it. It's wonderful. We're gonna be using some of this in our soup tonight. I'll make a mess doing this, but this is the easiest way to de-stem. I just take the stem and I pull it right off of the kale, just like that. Here's another little trick of mine. So this is the end of a parm rind. I buy the blocks of Parmesan cheese. They last longer, and then I can get the parm rinds. Sometimes you can find them in the grocery store from when your delis and everything shave the Parmesan off. But what I will do is I am gonna cut this in half, and I'm gonna pop it into a baggie and stick it in my freezer. So when I'm doing soups where I want that little cheesy taste, that just hint of Parmesan, I can put a parm rind in and it will flavor it up. And they're so good in pasta sauce too. Just a little tip. Sure to wash up my Ziploc.
Cheers. So I did not weed. Nope, I didn't. I got tired and I actually made a cup of coffee. Shh, don't tell anybody. I know I'm a tea drinker. Absolutely. Every day I have my tea, but you know what? I felt like a cup of coffee today. So I made one. Oh my gosh, the price of coffee in this store. Ah, that was awful. Anyways, perseverance. It's tackling things that are difficult and continuing to be persistent at them, even failure. But here's the thing that I want to say: persist on getting better, taking care of yourself, persevere in life and what you want to do. But most importantly, we do not, as content creators, need to give you a bunch of lists to tell you how to live. I mean, there comes to be a point where I believe we have lost critical thinking. That or we have fallen into the society's way that unless society says that we should do it, we can't do it. I don't want to get rolling on that. Maybe one day I will. But this is what I have to tell you. Go live. Find something you love and go do it. If you're stressed out, well, you can type in on Google, and Google is going to give you all the lists that everybody gives you. Steps on how to reduce your stress, how to get better sleep, how to lose weight, how to do all of that. It's all on there. I don't need to be talking about that, nor do I want to. And I apologize. I want to give inspiration. I want to laugh. I want to live and show you how you can live too. Maybe encourage you and inspire you. And you don't have to love the gardens. You can laugh at me sweating. Look at her working so hard for a tomato. Yes, but my hands are in the dirt and I'm closer to God when I'm out in the gardens. That's how I feel. I am so excited when garden season comes along. And then when I have to pack it all up, I literally cry. It is so healing to me. So this channel, I started as Pinebrook Homestead, and this winter took me on a completely different path. I had things I needed to work through. I made massive changes. But then I found as I'm making all these videos with lists and telling us how to do all these things, yeah, I was doing some of them, but frankly, I couldn't do all of them. I couldn't live every day doing all of them. I still had laundry to do and dishes to do and cooking to do. And frankly, I fell behind on my house duties. I still have last year's tomatoes in the freezer. Can you believe it? I do. And I have this year's tomato plants in the basement waiting to go out. I need to can tomatoes. I'll show you a little bit. I don't have to tell you. If you want that kind of information, let me know. Most of you, I don't think you're interested. But it's what I do, and I'm going to make light of it. Maybe entertain you while I'm doing it. And in the meantime, this is what I have to do. Pinebrook Homestead has to be a homestead. Homemaking, frugal living, and gardening. I will throw in midlife in there. I have to. I will continue to share what I am doing, but I hope you stick around. I want to be encouragement to you. And I want to maybe teach you some things. Or maybe just laugh. Just laugh. I want to take you around, show you some things, go on some field trips. Yeah. That's where Pinebrook Homestead is going. So, I hope you stick around. I will see you this week. I don't believe I'm going to do Wednesday videos. I think I will probably keep them for Friday and let those run over the weekend. So, we'll see how everything goes. Stay with me. I'm sorry. It's go time. It is go time. Just know that I wish you all many blessings for happiness, health, and the future. Thank you so much. Cheers. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.